Oh my god! Metal Lee got bit by a ghost snake? Does that mean he's Kawaki? Don't quote me on this, but I think it's true. Play my intro, nigga.
And precipitate in your hood. What the fuck is up? You buttercup, park in that blunt, smoking suicide, bloody blunt. Pussy boy, you talking shit for Twitter. It ain't not enough. How these pussy niggas moving day to day? I had enough.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tenseigan here, and today I'm gonna be reviewing Boruto Naruto Next Generations episode 3, and a lot has happened this episode. From getting a new character, to getting more plot development, to getting more insight on Boruto's Kikagenkai. And in this video I'm going to be speaking about all that and my thoughts on the future of the series and what I think is going to go down. So, starting with the main villain. We've got a glimpse of him in the beginning of the episode. He has red eyes and there was a lot of fog around him, which indicates his evil freaking aura, or like he's a bad guy. He's generic fucking villain. But yeah, I don't think this villain is canon. I don't think anything in the beginning of the series right now is canon until we get to either the movie, well, until we get into the movie stuff and then we transition into the manga stuff. So nothing now is set in stone. You shouldn't take everything that's happening right now seriously. Maybe besides Boruto's Kikagenkai, because they probably got insight from the mangaka of the new Naruto Boruto manga that's going on right now, of the backstory on his ability and what it does. So they might just be introducing it to us little by little. But let's save that for later. Metal Lee. So, Metal Lee is a new character we were introduced to this episode. We've seen glimpses of him in the past, well, in the previous episodes, in the movie and in the manga, but we never really got to know what this character is like. In this episode, it depicts him as a very nervous but skilled ninja, which I think is a good twist on things, since Guy Sensei was really full of himself. Like, he believed in his own power and he dedicated himself to training, so he ended up being a pretty strong, formidable ninja, as we saw when he fought Madara in Naruto Shippuden. Also, we know that Rock Lee takes Rock Lee is just my guy Junior. Like, he looks up to my guy, he acts very similar, and he's just really out there loud, and he has that, like, the power of youth in him, you know? But Metal Lee, he's different. It's kind of ironic that his name is Metal, you know? You'd think he's hardcore, but your boy's a little bitch. Well, not really, but I mean, he's very nervous, and that really it interferes with like how skilled he is as a ninja, because when people are watching him, they don't even have to be negative. They could be cheering him on and he would still get nervous. For example, like when they were playing video games, they're like, "Oh, Metal Lee, yeah, you can do this," and like he flipped out and broke freaking Boruto's Ninja Scroll DS app, you know, his the Game Boy Scroll, yeah. And I feel like that's very, like, I understand it's different, but I feel like it's disappointing. Like, I, for one, was hoping that Metal Lee was going to be a more hardcore character, you know, judging by his name. He's going to be, like, all up in your face, like, not nice like Rock Lee, but, like, boy, I will smash your face in. Like, that would have been so cool. But you see, that's just me dreaming. So let's go back to what he's actually like. So, he's really skilled with his shuriken. We saw in the beginning of the episode that all the characters were able to hit the bullseye with the shuriken, which leads me to believe that all the main characters in the Boruto, you know, generation, they're all pretty, like, skilled. They're strong. They freaking learned from the best. They're learning from 4th grade Ninja War veterans, which is a good base to start from when you're, you know, just getting into Shinobi. It's going to give you a head start ahead of everyone around you, which is great. But one thing I hope they take into account is like how powerful they are compared to their opponents in the future, to make a suspenseful and entertaining fight. It's not going to be entertaining if they destroy everyone that walks in their path. There has to be suspense, and there has to be that imminent danger, that fear of death, you know? Like, in the beginning of the original Naruto, we felt like anyone could die at any moment. We didn't know if Kakashi was gonna die when they fought Zabuza. We didn't know if Hinata was gonna die when she fought Pain. We have to get that sense of danger, like, in the story, ingrained in the story. And I guess they tried to do that in the beginning of the first episode, where Kawaki hinted at, when he hinted at Naruto being dead. Alright, so let's move on. The main villain. He seems to attack characters that are, like, low in, not low in self-esteem, but when they're, like, down and depressed. Like, when they're feeling low and vulnerable, let's say, right? And that was shown when he possessed Denki on the, not on the train, like, after he was talking with his father about how he had to become strong, and he was, like, feeling down and, like, just, like, weak. That's when the main villain capitalized and bit Denki and filled him with his aura. The aura has a trend where it doesn't change your personality, it just makes you, like, you know, well, it does change your attitude. Like, it makes you more, you know, villainous, like, hardcore, like, evil, you know? It gives you that intent. And I don't really see a clear goal for the main villain at this point, but I can see how this could pose a problem. For example, if we don't deal with him now, he'll probably, like, let me tie this into, like, the story right now. You see how Boruto's, like, having problems with his dad? Maybe Boruto one day tells his dad, like, I hate you, and, like, you're a shitty person. Like, our mom is here cooking food, and you don't even want to eat it. You're disrespecting her, and you're not even taking time to, like, hang out with your daughter, who looks up to you, right? And that would make Naruto feel down. And let's say this snake bites Naruto. The entire village is dead. Everyone is dead. There will be no survivors at that point, because one Russian Shuriken Biju Dama will obliterate everything. But I don't think that's gonna happen, because maybe the chakra isn't strong enough to possess someone like Naruto. Because as we saw, Denki, like, broke out of it when Boruto was, like, getting, like, in his mind, like, Denki, you could do this. You could break free and stuff like that. So that's how Denki got out of it. We don't have a clear way of telling how to get rid of this power. At first I thought it was like a trance. It's kind of like I thought it was a genjutsu, like you could get snapped out of it. But in this episode it had me thinking, like, after Metal Lee got hurt, it came out of him. Or maybe it's just, like, added chakra onto your own chakra, like maybe something like Kurama's chakra, but it changes your, like, personality. I'm not 100% sure. We have to get more, like, in-depth on his character. We have to get closer to him before I think we could tell something like that. But that's about that. There is some character development for Shikadai. Like, after Metal Lee destroyed the 4th Hokage, the 7th Hokage's face, Metal Lee told him, "You're a great ninja, but your nervousness is getting in the way of your greatness, and you will never be anything if you don't get over the nervousness first," which is true. But, like, Shikadai was really cold and blunt with the way he said it. Which, I mean, he didn't really account for how Metal Lee was feeling. But, my girl Tamari, like, she could really, Tamari, she could really get it. But, like, she scolded him, and he learned, he developed, he learned to be less like Inojin, you know? He learned to, like, you know, take into account other people's feelings. Which I thought was pretty cool, and which made me like him better. But now let's get into Boruto's Kekkei Genkai. Boruto, I mean, at first it wasn't the Byakugan to me, and it wasn't the tenseigan. But now I have more reason to believe it's more like the tenseigan, because, like, in the first episode we didn't really see the flower pattern, we just saw that it was white. Which led me to believe it was more of the Byakugan, you know? But then it has that grayed out, like, background, like, where the whites of your eyes supposed to be, it's grayed out. So it's like, I don't really know what that means. I don't know if that indicates something, like it's a new dojutsu, or, like, I don't really know. It's just in one eye, like, but now more than ever, I really believe it is, like, closer to tenseigan, because, like, when they zoomed into it, you could see that flowery pattern that was on it, like Toneri had when he fought Naruto on the moon. I believe it's the tenseigan or an eye ability that could like become stronger later on. I don't think he's gonna get it in both eyes because he didn't have it in both eyes when he was fighting Kawaki. But I do think he's gonna get more abilities out of it. But as of right now, he can just see chakra. So it's not really like the Byakugan where you can see their chakra points unless he has to train with it or something. But there's that. He doesn't really know he has it, which is still kind of weird. I don't know when he's gonna figure it out. Because it's pretty convenient that none of the other characters see it when he activates it, but it's whatever. And yeah, I mean, that's all that pretty much happened. At the end of the episode, it was all resolved. But yeah, I really like the way this new series is going. They're really diverging themselves from the original Naruto series. Like in the last episode, like it was stated that ninjas could go to the academy and not study being a shinobi. They could study other things that have to do with their society. Like it's technologically advanced, so you could study things like that. Like there's a railroad system, there's probably like engineering and different things like that, which I think is cool. And yeah, I mean, we're focusing more on real world problems, and like these characters seem more human. Like this seems like more relatable, like more of a everyday life type thing, which is awesome. I hope we get into the city soon. That's on top of Konoha. I'm not sure if I've seen it yet. I'm not sure if that's a thing yet, but I hope we get there soon. I want to see what it's like up there, and that would be cool. All in all, I think this episode was 7 out of 10. I'm looking forward to next week's episode against Sarada. And yeah, that's my review for episode 3. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace for more. Thanks for watching. Bye.